Hey there, how are you? It's Heather with Heather's Healing, and we are going to check out the energy of this upcoming week. So, the energy from June 2nd through June 8th, 2024. So, welcome in. So, it's Monday. We're already in the swing of it. Are you guys back into the swing of the work week? I hope you are all doing well. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So I'm using, what deck is this? I always forget the name of this one. We're going to use the SpiritSong Tarot by Pauline Cassidy. And then I'm also going to pull a card from the Energy and Spirit Oracle by Sandra and Taylor. I feel like these decks go really well together. Okay. So I hope you guys are doing fantastic. So let's just do a collective read. This will be for all signs, for anyone here watching at any time, really. So 5 cards showing us the energy of this upcoming week. What do we need to know? Helpful information for navigating this upcoming week. And this is just a collective read. So if you'd like to look at something in more depth, personal to you, my information is below and you can book a one-on-one. But let's just see what we have here. Nice. So we're starting the week off with the World card. I absolutely love this. And whenever I see a whale, I always think of Akash, the Akashic records. So to me, this is always an invitation to check in with your guides, check in with your guidance at the beginning of the week, well, really every day. But it's a nice time to check in with your guides, kind of get a feel for what are they asking from you? What advice do they have for you? So checking in with your guides. But the World is a completion card. It's a fulfillment, celebration, celebrating the week ahead. So it's a nice card. So we're completing a cycle, which I kind of feel like we're heading into summer. We're halfway through the year. Pretty much. Yeah, we are, because what is it? June 3rd today. So we're halfway through the year. We've completed the first part of the year. We're heading into the next section of the year. So, it's a nice time to check in June, I think, to reassess what were you hoping to accomplish at the beginning of the year? What were some of your goals? It's nice to go back and just kind of revisit some of those. Next up, we have the Hanged Man. It's card number 12, and the card says patience and perspective. To me, this is a nod to be very conscious this week. Be very aware of what you are doing. Pay attention. Pay attention to the subtle energies. Pay attention to. I really feel like for a lot of us here, we're getting some very definite messages from our guides, and I feel like we have been for a while, but we might be ignoring them or not realizing that there's a pattern, or there's some information that we're missing. So pay attention to patterns, ongoing recurring messages, but be very conscious and aware this week. Slow down and pay attention to what you are doing. I love this deck. I think it's super cute. I love the praying mantis on here. This is a fun deck. I always say this is a fun deck if you're working with kids. This is a really fun deck. Or if you just need an easy message, you don't really want the universe knocking you upside the head, this is a fun deck to use. At the top of the reading, we have 3 of feathers. Interesting. So in the regular deck, this would be the 3 of wands. I really love the image on this card. So the card says release and recovery. This is at the top of the reading here. So I feel like the main energy of this week is overcoming grief, moving forward. And it's interesting because, like I said, we're halfway through the year, so this could be coming to terms with maybe there's some plans this year that just aren't going to work out this year. So coming to terms with that. There's definitely, I know why, because we've got a new moon. We've got a new moon this week. So yeah, so it's definitely an energy of releasing, letting go, accepting where you are right now, and being okay with it, you know. It's very interesting. So let's see what else we've got. I'm curious to see. Oh, here we go. Here's the moon. This feels like this would be around the time of the moon, which is the new moon, I believe, is this Thursday. So June 6th. I feel like this is going to be a big full moon, like some really big energies, or a big new moon, I should say. I think I'll do a reading on the new moon, and I did have some people mention that they would like that. The card says imagination and perception. I feel like this would be a great week to tap into your creativity, connect with your creativity, especially if you're trying to move through some pretty dense energies, or if you're trying to move through grief. You guys know that if you know me at all, you know I love journaling. I find it very therapeutic, and you can find out a lot about your subconscious when you start writing things down. Same with art. So you know, give yourself some time to connect with your subconscious this week. Really pay attention to your dreams. I don't know about you guys, but my dreams have been nuts lately. And again, I'm getting that strong message of pay attention to the subtle energies that they're saying purposely avoiding or purposely missing. What is something that has been coming up for you possibly throughout the entire year? Because I feel like this is a week of kind of reviewing the past, 5 months. Has there been a pattern or a theme coming up over and over and over again that you're just ignoring or you don't want to see? I feel like that's what this card is speaking to here. But really tap into, like the card says, imagination and perception. We have 2 cards speaking about perspective here. So this could also be, can you look at your situation in a different way? Can you see the silver lining? If you're going through a really tough patch, what are you learning from this? And a message that I got from Spirit a long time ago, and it's very helpful to me. There's no good or bad experiences. Every experience will give you information. So if you can learn to maybe, especially when times are kind of tough and you're going through a tough time, can you look at it as, what am I learning? What's the information here? What is being shown to me? Be open to view things in a different way. That's helped me a lot, especially when I've been going through a really tough time and life has just sucked. It's helpful to just say, what am I learning here? What's the information here? What's the experience teaching me? So I feel like we're really being asked this week to be very, very aware, very conscious. What are you thinking? And when I say like subtle energies, I mean really paying attention to everything you do. What are you thinking? How are you speaking? All of it. Paying attention to what's going on around you. All of that's going to give you information. And I'm not quite sure why we're being asked to gather all of this information. I mean, maybe some of you guys are getting ready to as we and we have the Ace of Shells here, but maybe some of you are getting ready to make some pretty big changes in your life, or make some pretty big decisions. So that could be why this is coming up, as far as, gather all the information. I wouldn't make decisions, like if they're big decisions, you might want to wait until next week to make those, but get all the information that you can before you move forward with any big plans, especially plans around travel and moving. And then last card we have here is the Ace of Shells, which in the regular tarot, this would be, oh, I love this. This would be the Ace of Cups. So the card says happiness and abundance. The other thing that I really love about this card is it's a reminder that if we allow the universe to fill our cup, the universe will. If we allow, source, God, whatever you believe in, to refill your cup and to energize you and to give you what you need, they'll always come through. The universe, God will always come through. But you have to be open and willing to receive that. You have to be in a receptive place. So just a nod that we are being looked after. The universe, God does have your back. Have some faith. It does feel like a pretty, even though these are big energies. So we have 3 major arcana cards for just this week, which that's big energy. So that tells me that there are some big changes coming in for the collective here. And I also think halfway through the year, like I was saying, and especially as we get closer to the summer solstice, it's a portal. It's a big invitation and a big opening for change to come in, for new energies to come in. But in order to do that, or in order to allow that new to come in, we've got to release some of the areas where we've been stuck. And I really feel like the 3 of Feathers is asking you to kind of reflect upon what has been holding you back. Where do you seem to get tripped up continuously? This might be something that you've been trying to bring into fruition and it's just not happening. Maybe it's time to hit pause on that project, or you don't have to, give up on it, but maybe just hit pause for the time being. So take a look at that. Where have you been getting tripped up or stuck? I'm also hearing, so for some of you, this is going to be talking about friendships. Are there some friendships that maybe you're putting too much energy into, or they're taking, or it's draining too much of your energy? Some of those relationships, maybe it's time to hit pause on some of those friendships. Either way, we're really being asked to pay attention this week to how we are spending our time, how we're spending our energy, what is draining our energy, what is filling our cup, what is bringing us joy. So really pay attention to that this week. Okay, so final card, final advice and guidance, Spirit, for this week. I feel like there's just a real reverence to this week too, which is very interesting. Oh, perfect. So the card says Divine Presence. It's card number 44. And it says the force of love and creation. This is kind of what I'm feeling here. There just feels like there's just a real reverence to this week that's very beautiful. I do feel like for some of you, there are some big challenges that you've been going through for a while now. I feel like a resolution is coming. It's just a matter of you changing your perspective and changing your mind, being open to seeing things in a different way, moving down a different path. I also really, really feel Spirit is very, I've noticed the last couple of weeks, and even today especially, that Spirit has felt very, very close, very active. I really feel like we are being divinely, well, I know we're always being divinely led and guided, but this week feels very powerful. And I don't know if that's because we're coming up to that summer solstice. I'm not quite sure what it is, but we are getting some pretty strong nudges from Spirit. So anyway, that's a really beautiful reading. I just wanted to look at the numbers here. 21 and 12. Interesting. Yeah, it feels like a lot of energies mirroring each other this week. which is, I don't know if I said this at the beginning, but I picked this oracle deck to go with this tarot deck because I felt like they mirrored each other's energy very well. So reflection, mirrors, there's something with that this week as well. So anyway, beautiful week. Thanks so much for being here. If you'd like to book a one-on-one, my info is below. And if you wouldn't mind subscribing and liking this video if you liked it, I would really appreciate it. So blessings to your week, you guys. Take care, and I'll see you soon.